What, do you need a pencil?
No, I got it. Late gave me one.
So we're going to measure the central tendency, which is just mean, median, and mode. And then we're going to add in range 2 because that's on the worksheet that I found. Okay? So we talked about like how we could display data yesterday, right, with graphs. But now if you actually have like continuous data, you can analyze it. Okay? And one of the most common ways to analyze it is with mean and median. Modes, not so much, but it's one of the ways you can measure. Okay? So the mean is the sum of values in a data set divided by the number of values in that set of data. Okay? Does anyone know another word for? Make calls in class.
It's my mom. I can't not.
Does anyone know another word for median? Or sorry, for mean?
For what?
For mean. What's another?
Mean?
Yeah.
Mean is like is that the average? So that's the average.
Average. Perfect. So it's also known as the average.
No, it's not.
You just take all the numbers, add them up, and then divide by how many numbers.
Exactly. So you take all the numbers in your data set, add them up, and then divide it by the number of numbers. Okay? So like when I do like a class average, there's 24 students in the class. So what the Maplewood does, or it's something whatever it's called, it takes all your marks, adds them all up together, and then divides by 24. This is 24. Okay? So that's kind of the easiest way to calculate like the middle of your data set. It's most common too throughout everything. So if you look at any kind of sport, we're going to talk about averages. Like baseball, what's your batting average? Okay? If you look at like team sports, like other team sports like hockey or football, you look at average number of wins or average yards per game for football. Okay? So average is a very common, very useful form of central tendency. Okay. The median is another way to measure the middle value. Okay. This is what happens when we order it. You order your data from least to greatest. If there's an even number in the data set, the median is the sum of the middle two numbers. Okay. But what we do normally, if there's an odd number, you just order them from least to greatest, and the median is the middle number. Okay? Okay, shh, guys. So short notes, just bear with me. So the median is better when there are outliers, okay? What is an outlier? So an outlier is a number that's far outside of the data set. Okay?
What is that number?
Far away from zero. So an outlier is a number that's far away from the rest of the data set. Okay? So let's go back to class average. Okay? Guys.
What do you mean it's away from that?
So let's say in the class we have people like a 90, 89, 88, 72, 75, 83, 84, 99. We'll throw in 100. And then we have someone who's down at 29%. And it goes back up. 71.
Oh, sure. Are you talking about my mark?
I'm not naming names, Isaiah. No. But if you have someone who has a really low mark, that would be an outlier, okay? Because it lies outside of the rest of the data. Okay? One that I kind of look at a lot is like fantasy football, so like kind of yards per game. So if you have a running back who's getting 100 yards, 100, 120, 130, 98, 94 yards per game, and then they have a game where they have 20 yards, that's an outlier. Okay? Or if they had a game where it's 200 yards, that's also an outlier because it's very far outside the rest of the data. Okay? So average or mean is the most common. Median, not as common, but it's better for like statistics when you have outliers. Okay? We have one number that kind of throws everything off. Okay? And then the mode is the value that occurs most often. Okay? So in your data set, it's the number that shows up the most times. And one thing I just want to add is range.
The outliers, is it for the median?
It's just for a data set. But if you have outliers, then the median is going to be more accurate than the mean. It's not too important for like the concept of our class. It's more like if you're looking outside of beyond this class like that. Okay. Whoopsies. Okay, the last one I want to talk about is range, and that's like the spread of your data. Okay, so it's from the lowest to the highest number of the data set. Okay, and then we're just going to do one quick example, and then I'll give you the worksheet that, like the assignment for this day, and then that's it. Okay. So as part of the final project and its co-op placement, Andrew found that the attendance at the local fair over the past 20 years. He recorded attendance in thousands of people. Okay. So already we're given like the total number of numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
20, okay? So when we find our average, we're going to divide it by 20 because there's 20 numbers. Okay, so we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range. We're going to find the range too, okay?
Okay.
So to find, so I'm actually going to combine like the mean and median all in one, because for median we have to order the numbers from lowest to greatest. Okay, does everyone have everything written up here?
Yeah.
Here, leave that up. Okay. So I'm going to, so these are the attendances at the local fair over the last 20 years. We have 23, 31, 44, 27, 32, 41, 35, all the way down to 43. Are these numbers in order from least to greatest?
No.
No, so what I have to do is I have to rewrite them, okay? I'm going to rewrite them first, and then I can add them up after that.
So then 23.
23, good. Is the lowest number?
27.
23.
27.
Okay, so, sorry. Yep. But just kind of like how we were doing the histogram tally yesterday, I'm going to write down, I'm going to cross off my list so that I know that I already done it.
And there's 27 twice.
So there's 27. And then again, 27. Okay.
32.
And I'm gonna put addition signs in between them because we have to add them up for the mean. Okay, so rather than commas, we're gonna add them all up. But then from this, I'll still be able to find the median. Next one is 31, right?
Yes.
31, then we have 32. Is there another 32?
No, I think it's 35.
30.
Is it?
Yep, 35.
36.
36.
36.
Twice.
37.
37.
There's 2 36s, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, there is. Thank you. right there. So another 36 and 37. And I think we have at least two. No 38, but we do have 39.
And 2 41s.
I think we have three. We have 1, 2, 3 41. 41 plus 41 plus 41. I'm going to run another space. 2 42s. 2 43s.
Yeah, 3.
There's 3. Just start kind of writing them down. Sorry. Plus 43. Sorry, I'll move all the way in a minute. 43, 43, and that's 43. Okay, so sorry, I had to kind of curl it at the end just to keep it going. So we do. So this is so our mean would be equal to all of this divided by how many numbers were there?
20.
20. Perfect. So I'm just going to count to make sure that I have them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. We have all 20.
740.
Let me see.
Anyone else get 740?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then what is it?
37.
Perfect.
Your business.
So the mean or average is 37.
Why is he doing the base? It's like the children.
Now, the median is the middle number. Okay? What would be the middle of 20? It's actually, remember, for even numbers, we take the two middle numbers. So if if I count from the left, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So whenever you have an even number, you have to take the two middle numbers and then add them up and divide by 2. If you have an odd number, it's just going to be the middle number.
Yeah.
Okay? So here, we have 37 and 38. So for our median, we'll have 37 plus 39 divided by 2.
56. 56? Yeah. What, 37?
Yeah, 37 plus 39. Be 76, right?
Yeah, 56.5.
Huh?
That's what I got.
Oh, so that's just going to divide the last number. So add them, it equals. And now divide by 2. So 76 divided by 2 is our median. Our median is 38.
I knew that.
Perfect. Okay. And then the mode is just the one that pops up the most. Okay, so we have on 123, we have 2 27s, 131, 132, 135, 2 36s, 2 37s, 139, 3 41s, 242s, 343s, and 144. So we actually have two modes. What would the two modes be? Perfect. 41, because we have 1, 2, 3, and 43.
Social teaching.
Okay. So it's okay if you have more than one mode. Just put a comment between them to show that there's more than one. Can you supposed to do the range?
Yeah,
Okay, last one is range. Okay. So for the range, we take the highest number and subtract it from the lowest number.
44.
So our range is our maximum
So it's what, 21?
minus the minimum. So yes, 44 minus 23, which Isaiah, what was that?
21.
21. Perfect. Someone else had over there too. So our range is 21. Okay. So when you're doing like mean and median mode, I find it easiest to rewrite it as you're calculating the mean. That would just save you time. Just a couple like more thinking questions. Which measure central tendency best describes attendance per year? So the best one's either the mean or median because they're both kind of in the middle. Okay. So best is mean or median because they're both middle values. They're both in the middle.
What do you mean by like the because there are 38 and 37?
Yeah, because if you were to just take a random year, it's likely going to be somewhere around 37 to 38. You have a couple 36s down to 35, a couple up by 41. Like most of them are in here, are in that range. You have some down in the 20s, you have some up in the 40s, but most of them are going to be close to that high 30 mark. Okay, so you just want to find like what like the average is going to be. Okay, and then why might attendance vary greatly from year to year? Well, might be whatever's at the fair. Like might be different stands at the fair each year. Okay. So different. Yep. Okay.
What did it say at the bottom?